Yo, what up guys, OP02 Daniel here, back at it again, finally with a new deck profile. So it's OP02 format, that means we have Whitebeard, we have Z, Smoker, Garb, etc, etc. So that means we have new decks to showcase on the channel. Today we're gonna do my favorite One Piece character of all time. It's none other than Edward Newgate, aka Whitebeard. As you can see, a very zoomed in face of him, it's almost like a passport photo. Hey, you're probably not subscribed because 82% of you guys are not subscribed. And if you want Ace not to, you should subscribe. But yeah, a really cool leader. It's 6,000, 6 lives, so that's pretty new. We've only had 5k, 5 lives, and 4 lives, of course. And its effect is, as you can see, end of turn, add 1 card from the top of your life. Oh, hello? Okay. Add 1 card from the top of your life card to your hand. So every turn you burn yourself. Really iconic. It's a sign of a throwback to the anime, if you know what I mean. If you're not there yet, you will see that later. But yeah, there are a lot of builds to play Whitebeard as. We have the Strawbeard, that uses the Straw Hat, of course. And we have the beefy one that focuses on Moby Dick. So I'm gonna do the Moby Dick one today. It's my preferred deck of playing this way. So yeah, first off, we start with 4 times Otama. It's a red card, 2k counter, and on play give one of your opponent's characters minus 2000. So you know it, when they have high cost characters, just minus them 2k and you can do some shenanigans with it. And also a very good counter, of course, because you need counters in this deck. Okay, so here is a hot take, I think. I play 4 times Bartholomew. And now you probably wonder why this instead of Chopper or another blocker. Well, very easy. It is 2 cost, 2k power, but if you read its effect is blocker, Don times 2, opponent's turn, this character gains 3000 power. So what does it mean? In your opponent's turn with 2 Dons attached, this one becomes 5k. What cards do we have? We have Vista, Seaquake, Nico Robin, etc, etc. So yeah, blockers like Chopper are easily KO, and with this deck you don't really use your Dons all too much, so attaching 2 Dons is not really a big problem. Because when you have Moby Dick on the field, of course all your characters gain 2000 power, so sometimes you don't even need to attach a Don because they're all already good at attack power. So sometimes I have turns where I leave like 5-6 Dons open to use my Bartholomew or keep my counters in hand or keep my opponent confused. But yeah, and also this is a 1k counter, so you can discard it for to counter if they hit with 6. So you can just discard, make 7. Next card in the deck, and I freaking love this card so much. 1, the artwork goes way too hard for this character. But yeah, on play, if your leader has Whitebeard Pirates in its type, give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 4000 power during this turn and add 1 life card to your hand. So basically, play it, take a life, minus 4000. If you have 0 lives, you can still play it, minus 4000, but you cannot take life because you have no life. So this also works when you have no life. So getting life is not a requirement. You can use it when you have no lives. So you can just spam him end game when you have no lives and just minus 4000. And also it's a 3 cost 5k, so that means it's a big body, because when you're at your 1 life or less, Moby Dick will boost his character up to 7, so it's a pretty big body on the field. And you can just discard it with Marco, of course, or some other cards that might use discarding in the future, who knows. You could replace it, with Gordon from the Uta promo deck, I think. Activate main or on play, put it at your bottom of your deck, and then give minus 3000. It is a little bit costly. No, I mean, Squad is way more cost than the Gordon. Gordon is also pretty good, but yeah, Squad is Whitebeard, Gordon is not. So next card is a fear in everyone's deck now. We play Vista. Vista is the new better Robin, because, as we can read, on play, KO one of your opponent's character with 3000 power or less, so you don't need to attack, just on play, KO something. So yeah, this is what I said. If you're in a mirror, you want Bartholomew with 5k instead of a Chopper, because you can just KO it, or the other one, Belheim, I think. And also a 1k counter. And if you have it on field Moby Dick, it becomes 5k, free swing. You don't need to touch any Dons unless you want to pressure. But yeah, really good card. I freaking love this card. Card is amazing. I've waited so long for this card. Next card in the deck is Jozu. Jozu is a pretty interesting card because it's a 4 cost, 4000 power, 2k counter, and Don 1. If you have 2 life or less and your leader's type includes Whitebeard Pirates, this card is against Rush. So with 1 Don attached, it becomes 5. With your Moby Dick, it becomes 7. And then you can attach more Dons to end games or just take down characters. But primarily you want to use it for your counters because 2k counter. But you can also definitely finish games with it. Next card is our big boy Vanilla Atmos. Not really something to tell about. It's just a 4 cost 6k. So with Moby Dick it becomes 8. And it's a pretty cheap body and you can discard it for counter 1k. And it has Whitebeard in its trait, so you can discard it for the next card. And now we have our beloved Marco. This card is so insane. Hello, okay. So yeah, blocker, on KO, you may trash 1 card type including Whitebeard Pirates from your hand. If you have 2 or less lives, play this character from your trash rested. So basically it's really a Phoenix. When it dies or when it KOs, it can come back rested. It's a 4 cost 5k, so it's a pretty decent blocker. But also, when you have Moby Dick, it becomes 7k in your turn. So you can just swing with it. So it's a defensive card, offensive card, and it is very hard to get rid of. And for some reason, it's a pretty cheap card. It's like only 30 euros. I expected this card to be way more expensive. So I was really lucky to get these from friends. Just bought it for a good price because that's how we do it in the Netherlands. Great community. And also 1k counter, in case you want to counter with this card. You never do. You want to just have your board with 4 Marcos on the field. Easy, GG, good luck getting rid of it. And with a handful. Next card is King Du. So basically our massive high beater. It is 5 cost. With Moby Dick it becomes 9. So you can just swing 9. That's pretty hard to deal with. So this is basically your Urushima from the purple Kaido deck. That is pretty famous now thanks to playing it in the Thrasher Cup. Really good card. But yeah, this pressures a lot of opponents' cards. Especially with a minus 4000 from Squad. You can, or with Uta, you can just easily get rid of bodies. And once again, Whitebeard Pirates, 1k counter, so you can just use it for Marco or for your leader if they attack. And now, for the cool part of the deck, we play 2 times Ace. And sometimes I just wish we could play 5 Aces. Because you know why? Ace. We love Ace in this house. Ace gang, where you at? So yeah, I apparently bought 5 Aces. I had no idea. I bought one myself, totally forgot about it. I bought these 4 at local and I had one for myself, so now I have 5 Aces. So maybe we can do a future giveaway. But on play, give up to 2 of your opponent's characters, minus 3k, power in his turn. Then if your leader has the Whitebeard Pirate, this gains Rush. So yeah, let's take it away before some people get confused if they skip the video and they see, oh, why is he playing 5 Aces? But yeah, Ace is a really cool character. We all love Ace. Its effect is really good. I was, to be honest, I didn't play Ace before I added this deck list. I just removed this card, played 2 times Jet Pistol, because I didn't really see the usage of Ace. But once again, you can give 2 characters minus 3000 and then it gains Rush, so you can take out annoying characters on the field with this card or with your leader or other cards. So it forces just removal from your opponent. And yeah, it becomes 9 and when you have Moby Dick on the field and it's Ace, what can we say? It's such a beautiful card. Oh yeah, and before you internet people say fun, oh, but OP02 Daniel, you don't have manga Ace. Of course not, I'm not that rich. I am rich, but not that rich. But yeah, 2 Aces. You could play 4, you could play 3. It really depends on how much you want to see it, because there's no counter and it is a discard for Marco. It would be crazy to do that. So next card in the deck, we go to the events, is of course 4-time Radical Beam. You know it, I know it, everyone knows it. Whitebeard goes to 2 lives or less very, very quickly, especially with Squad. So yeah, 1 counter, I mean 1 Don, it gains a counter, it gains 4k if you have 2 or less life. If not, it gains 2k. So you want to use this end game or maybe early game to protect some big bodies if you know you need them. But primarily you want to use it for end game, of course. Next event is of course guard point, and as we can see, we got a pre-release because I went to a lot of pre-releases for OP01. I got like 3 decks of each, so I have 2 opened, 1 sealed. But yeah, guard point really good. 1 cost counter, your leader of characters gains 3000, and then trigger, your leader gains 1000. But yeah, don't use a trigger, just get the 2 hand for endgame because you really need it. So if they hit with 8, you just use that, you have 9 because your leader is 6. Next card, insane card. This card is so good. Seaquake, main, if your leader has the type Whitebeard Pirates, KO 1 up to your character with 3k or less. So it's a cheap Vista, only it's nobody. But still, when your opponent uses Bonnie, Nami, when they play Makino, when they have Nami on the field, when they have Sunny, when they have Momo or whatever searcher, just boom, say goodbye. Always KO the card they want to boost up with Makino, so they've wasted a 2k counter. So basically, if they have a Nami and a Makino, you just boom the Nami and the Makino is dead because they cannot. There is no character 1 cost with rush. So yeah, really good card. And then trigger, give up to one of your opponent's leader or characters minus 3000. Sometimes comes up, really small chance, but if it comes up, it comes up, and if not, you can just take it to hand. Really insane card. And our last card is of course Moby Dick. So this is our win con of the deck. You want to see Moby Dick. It's really easy to see Moby Dick because you have 6 lives. So you can just take a life at the end of the turn and you have like 12, 13, 14 cards in hand. So it's a bigger chance than seeing Onigashima. I'm a Kaido main. I was a Kaido main. Now I'm Whitebeard main, as you can see. We support Whitebeard here. But yeah, really good cards. I only have 1 super pre-release, so I have to fix 3 others. But yeah, your turn. If your leader has 1 or less life, if your leader is Edward Newgate and you have 1 less life or less, all of your characters with a type, including Whitebeard Pirates, gain 2000 power. So yeah, what is really important to know is it says Whitebeard in those thingies, you know, like those, I don't know how you call it, in those apostrophes or something. So basically, also if a card says Whitebeard subordinate or whatever, if it says something else than Whitebeard, but there is Whitebeard in it, it still counts. So it's like, yeah, you know what I mean. Basically, every card with Whitebeard here doesn't matter if there's something in the front or behind. It gains 2k power in your turn if you have 1 or less life. So yeah, basically this game or this deck, I mean, is really insane. You could totally give some changes into the deck. Like I said, I didn't play ace before. I played instead of 2 aces, I played 2 jet pistols, and instead of 1 guard point, I played 3 with 1 Red Hawk pistol. But I switched to ace because ace is really good. I tried chopper. Chopper is bad. People just get rid of it instantly, especially with Seaquake and a mirror, etc., etc. Don't play chopper. Chopper is bad. And some honorable mentions is you could definitely play the Whitebeard leader in this. I mean, the Whitebeard character in this build. Don't play it more than 2 times. But yeah, honorable mention. So don't think you can play this in this. I mean, you can play it. You can switch 2 aces and a guard point, or 1 guard point and 1 radical beam, or a Bartholomew or something that's not really that important. But yeah, on play, up to 1 of your... Hello, camera. Up to 1 of your leader gains 2000 power until the start of your next turn, and then you cannot add life card to your hand using your own effect. So basically, it saves you from having a life, and you gain 2k power until the end of your opponent's turn, so your character is 8. So that forces them to use a lot of more resources to attack. And Don 2... When attacking, KO 1 of your opponent's character with a cost of 3000 power or less. So basically, if you have this on the field, you have Moby Dick, it becomes 12 instantly. If you have under 1 life, of course. If you have Otama, Squad, or something else, you can just easily get rid of anything on the field by attaching it, making it 14, because 2 and 2, because of the card. Really good card. I'm definitely gonna try this in this build, but I play this in Zoro. So yeah, I went pretty hard. I got from Whitebeard, like I said, my favorite character. I tried to get all the Max Pimp cards directly, and as you can see, I have definitely done that. No Manga Ace. I'm not gonna buy Manga Ace. I will just buy packs until I pull him. And of course, we have the leader. So yeah, insane deck. Even becomes better in OP02 format. OP03 format, I mean, with Izo the Searcher and that new 4 cost 6k. But yeah, really cool deck. If you have any tips, just type to me on Discord, on YouTube, or on Twitter. I'm on Twitter, so you can follow me. But yeah, I am definitely gonna make a lot of Whitebeard deck profiles. I'm gonna try Strawbeard, and we're gonna try Gordon Beard, whoever came up with the name. Congrats. So yeah, I am really gonna cook with this deck. I want to make the best Whitebeard deck, and I will definitely give some gameplay. I recorded some gameplay, so I will just do a Whitebeard versus a Funko video on the profile, on the channel. But yeah, any tips, I will gladly ask. I will make a how to play Whitebeard video later. And one thing I want to end the video with is, Squart is so good. Basically, your opponent won't attack you if they know, oh, they have Moby Dick. Okay, we're gonna force Moby Dick out so long possible, so they won't attack you. But when you have Squart, you can just do Squart. Oh, okay, I have 1 life now, Moby Dick active. So whoever says Squart is bad, you are bad at the game. Squart is good. Okay, peace. Like and subscribe.